In today's Tech Talk, I'm speaking with Tremaine Hartranft, Director of Technical Sales for Reading Bakery Systems, and we are going to learn about RBS's Baked Multi-Crisp line. So, Tremaine, first let's talk about trends. Can you tell me some of the trends you're seeing from your customers as far as baked snack products and crackers?
Yeah, we're certainly seeing trends, with the healthier for you, better for you, baked category, which is great since RBS is all about baked snacks. Things like these baked crisps that seem to be more and more popular than traditional crackers. The baked crisp are more like a potato chip, and lighter and crunchier, and used for snacking. So they've been doing really well for us.
Okay, so what are some of the specific manufacturing implications that come with producing non-traditional crackers or crisp because they have such specific formulas?
Yeah, so generally, the traditional crackers are batch mixed and require quite a bit of dough proofing. The dough forming side is generally a four-roll sheeter, laminator, multiple gauging stations prior to entering the oven after being cut. And then it generally goes into a direct gas-fired ribbon burner style oven for those traditional cracker processes, where a crisp process is often a bit simpler. Continuous mixing is often part of that. Two-roll or three-roll sheeting can have a couple reductions rather than multiple for the doughs. And that goes into a convection baking process to help with that.
So it's a lot of big differences in processing crisp products versus traditional crackers. So this is really where the RBS Baked Multi-Crisp line can help. And so what I'd like to do today is sort of dive in to the specific aspects of the line and what those differences are.
Okay, great.
Okay, so first, is there a specific mixing type that works better with the multi-crisp line for these non-traditional products?
Yeah, I mean, generally continuous mix seems to work best. I mean, specifically for your more potato-based doughs and things that require certain types of, you know, different types of hydration, more even hydration. The continuous mixer gives you sort of first in, first out, or just in time dough, so that the dough doesn't continue to develop too much and affect the texture. Where a batch mixing process, generally it has a lay time associated with it. You want the dough to rest and develop. So along those same lines, with the continuous mixer and gluten-free doughs, we offer a hydrator, hydrobond technology that is very helpful with the gluten-free flours. Often require special hydration and absorb the moisture differently than others.
So when it comes to processing that dough, there are very specific needs that come with these non-traditional crackers and crisps. So I want to talk about how the multi-crisp system is designed to suit those needs. And I guess the first thing is sheeting. So what are the sheeting challenges that come with producing non-traditional crackers? And from what I understand, it requires less sheeting equipment. So can you explain to me why that is?
And so generally cracker doughs, traditional cracker doughs require a little bit more work and crackdown ratios because of the laminated sheets. Where with these non-traditional products, the crisps, they require the less sheeting just because of the type of dough. Oftentimes the potato-based doughs, if you overwork them, it creates a much harder texture. So you're really using a two-roll or a three-roll sheeter process to help just put that dough together and minimize the amount of work that goes into it. And you still may have a set of gauge rolls or two to help achieve that final thickness of the sheet, but oftentimes you don't want to gauge it down too many times. Same goes true with gluten-free doughs. Gluten-free doughs can be a little bit challenging to process, just with they're often sticky in nature, and often want to stick to rolls. So we also have solutions there for water chilling the rolls, as well as variable speed roll differentials to help make sure the dough sheets stick to the lower roll for better transfers.
Okay, so the multi-crisp line then does not have a laminating step, and it goes directly from sheeting to the oven, correct?
Yeah, that's correct, Joni.
Okay, and then these products also have specific baking needs as well. So can you talk a little bit about how this line helps with that?
Yeah, certainly. So a traditional cracker line for like a saltine or an oil spray cracker or something is generally made on a DGF ribbon burner style oven, where the crisp type products are made on a convection oven, and generally have a 3-pass dryer associated with them as well. And the convection ovens really help create a more open and airy texture to the product. They also help with much more even heat transfer and heat distribution across the band. Product checking is quite important with these types of products, and getting that even moisture distribution across those pieces. So convection air helps you quite a bit with that. The 3-pass dryer also helps quite a bit with the product checking, because it gets more time in the dryer, and it really helps draw the remaining moisture out of the pieces. A couple other offerings with the multi-crisp are like the wavy belt that we have as an option. So that helps you achieve better bag fill, and also makes it seem more like a chip because it has a little curl to it as it's baked in those convection ovens with that wavy belt. The convection oven is also quite simpler to operate. You might have, say, 4 or 5 burners on a convection oven, where a DGF oven may have 200 burners on it. So there's a lot less to maintain and to operate, with a convection oven, which just helps with overall operational efficiency as well as baking efficiency.
So we've talked a lot about non-traditional crackers. Let's talk about what we mean by that. So what are some of the specific product applications that the Baked Multi-Crisp line is well suited for?
Yeah, so the line is very flexible. We've worked with many different types of you know ingredients, grains, ancient grains, rice flours, gluten-free flours. So you see products out there now that a lot more gluten-free, a lot of rice crisps. You're seeing a lot of cheese crisps. Putting the cheese in the mix, and also even some topical cheeses and things. The other thing that's worth noting on a line like this is the seasoning is often done post bake. So you generally, a lot of your flavor development and things, is done with that post bake seasoning. The other side of this is the flexibility. So there's a lot of different flexibility with product shapes. Where your more traditional crackers are generally rounds or ovals or squares. Where the multi-crisp is generally a scrapless product when it's cut, so you don't have the scrap returning back to the sheeter hopper or the mixer for rehydration, but you can do some pretty fancy shapes that kind of nest very nicely on the rotary cutter die.
With all these new products coming into the market, Tremaine, how can bakers who want to break into this learn more about the Baked Multi-Crisp line?
One of the best places to learn more is on our website at readingbakery.com. And then we also have a webinar coming up specifically towards learning more about multi-crisp products and our offerings, that you can learn a lot more there by signing up for it.
Okay, awesome. Well, Tremaine, thank you so much for taking time to talk to me today. I learned a lot about the multi-crisp line, and I am interested in learning more during the webinar as well.